boys, it's gonna be a good month, hopefully. What is up, boys? You've probably seen the title of this video, so I guess it kind of gave it away. But, you know, my intention was originally to keep this somewhat hush until it was ready to go, but I went and picked it up today, so it's a little, I'm excited, so I want to tease it. Your boy done went and jumped feet first directly into the NFA pool and got himself Certify SOCOM RC2. This is my first NFA item. I know this is going to probably upset some people who already have NFA items, but I got my approval letter in 6 days. So even with like the wait time, the total time from purchase was like 2.5 weeks. Inadvertently, I ended up getting the can released so quickly that I won't be able to actually use it because it outpaced my ability for the muzzle device and the remainder of my upper parts to arrive. So I figured I would kind of quickly go over my experience purchasing through Silencer Shop, because that is the, no endorsement for Silencer Shop, but they did absolutely fantastic. So I figured I would go over my experience filing as an individual for a Form 4, which is the transfer of a pre-manufactured suppressor or SBR, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to use a couple different terms. If I put them up in the corner, I'll try and explain them as much as possible up here. Form 1 is to manufacture, if I'm not mistaken. Form 3 is to transfer. Form 4 is purchase of a pre-existing or pre-manufactured item. Individual is me, myself. Trust, usually done a single shot or one RP or one responsible party trust. There's a couple different variations. So again, I'm going to talk about individual e-file through Silencer Shop. So step 1 would be, obviously, after you've identified what type of suppressor or silencer. I'm going to use those terms interchangeably, and for all intents and purposes, they are the same thing. I'll also use probably terms like can. After you've decided what suppressor you are interested in purchasing, you put that into your cart, as well as your tax stamp. The tax is required to purchase an NFA item. After you've paid for your suppressor, you must pay for it in full prior to filling out any of your paperwork. You must also pay for your tax stamp, which will be paid through the intermediary. Essentially, you pay Silencer Shop in this equation. They pay the ATF on your behalf, either by paper check. I'm not exactly sure how. But so you pay that, you fill out your account, essentially. Now you're going to go to their kiosk. Most states, from my understanding, and within most places, there is a Silencer Shop kiosk within 200 miles of you. I did have to drive a little bit to get to mine, but that is where you're going to finish filling out your registration information. You're going to do your passport photo through their app. You're going to do your fingerprints there. They're going to do a 4473. They're going to ask you the, are you the actual buyer? Are you a fugitive of justice? Yada, yada, yada. You're going to answer all those questions and submit your initial information, essentially. Silencer Shop will double check that information. You will also create an ATF profile. You'll need a PIN and a password to use the full auto pay certification process. The Form 3 is necessary for the can for you to certify, which is the final step in this process. So the can will be shipped once your information is validated and the FFL is located via Form 3. Usually takes 2 to 3 days. I think these are the average wait times right now. Mine was 2 days for it to be shipped and then received. Once the can is there, and after all of your information is checked, you will finally certify that your information is ready to send in the packet, the electronic packet, to the ATF. That's the big waiting period. The second you certify is when the actual timer starts. If I'm not mistaken, it is about 9 days right now, the median wait time. When I did it, it was 1 day for 1 week, and then it was like 93 days, and now it's back down. It will change on and off. But for me, 6 days from certification to being able to go and pick it up, which is pretty good considering I know a couple different good friends of the channel, of which a couple of them and their suppressors have been featured on this channel, that had to wait over a year, if not over an entire season, 3 to 4 months. So the wait times are definitely coming down again for individual filing. So after you certify, basically play the waiting game, but it seems like if your information is correct and you have done everything in the correct order, it's about a week. You know, a week to 2 weeks, maybe up to and including 3 months, 90 days, however you want to slice that banana. Or once you get your ATF approval letter, you'll go back to your FFL and they will release it to you, which means probably gonna have to do another 4473. They have to do some paperwork, send some stuff over, and then yeah, you have your device. In this case, an RC2. I know there's a bunch of other videos out there talking about it, and I didn't do, you know, I'm not gonna show you all my emails and exact timestamps and stuff, but the process, in doing the process became demystified for me. And I think for a lot of people, until 21, they didn't really have the e-file system. And even with the e-file system, it wasn't in a state in which it was easy to submit paperwork. I think it was a bureaucratic attempt to keep people from having something that is an enumerated constitutional right. And yes, I know this is a topic that I could go on about and a lot of people could go on about for years. But if you want to enjoy the NFA, if you want to enjoy a short-barreled rifle or a suppressor, 1 stamp, 2 stamp, red stamp, blue stamp, however you want to enjoy your rights or use your rights is up to you. I have pretty bad tinnitus, and I've wanted a suppressor for a really long time. Again, Surefire RC2 is not the quietest can. It is one of the, if not the most durable suppressor on the market, and it will hold up, and it is underneath the OSHA threshold using the 3-prong, which is what I will be using, and to keep myself from getting even worse permanent hearing damage. Better individuals than I have given this thing a glowing review. Yes, it's a little heavy, but this is arguably one of the best suppressors on the market, and I'm glad that I picked it up, and I'm excited to do more videos with it. That being said, my AC died on me 2 months ago, and we've been dealing with the fallout of that. Now, I think there was a $300, yeah, two $300 and then a $400 electric bill. It was pulling like 55 amps instead of 25, which was supposed to be the cutoff. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, just been dealing with that. Money's been a little tight because of it. So I will be back out onto the range as soon as possible. And yeah, more videos will be coming. I don't know when, hopefully before it gets too cold. I appreciate everybody's patience. And I will also have some more information about the giveaway for 1,000 subscribers here pretty soon. The tool, yeah, maybe some sneak peeks. Yeah, because we're getting pretty close to 900, so that would be cool too. Yeah, anyway. All right, guys. Hopefully the next video is me shooting this thing. Catch you in the next one. Peace. Ooh, hot.